everyone. Today we're going to be talking about how to help your child cope, specifically for infants and toddlers. Infants and toddlers experience a wide range of emotions that they don't always know how to handle. Babies can begin feeling sadness and fear as early as 3 to 5 months of age. Research also reveals that 42% of parents believe babies begin experiencing these feelings at 1 year or older, but the fact is that way before they can even say their first words, as early as 3 to 5 months, babies do begin to experience a whole range of emotions, including sadness, anger, and fear. Stress can come in many forms for young children, from angry faces and reactions, rough handling, big changes in their daily routine, or just being overloaded by too much stimulation. Infants and toddlers learn by example, so this video is going to discuss some ways that you can help your child effectively cope as they navigate through their emotions of stress. So, why is it important to assist an infant or a toddler in coping effectively? Well, it's important for infants and children to cope effectively because for the first 3 years of their life, they are the most crucial time for brain development. You can think of an infant's brain like a sponge. What's learned early in life becomes the foundation of which everything else is built on. Therefore, helping your child cope with stress effectively will teach them skills that they can utilize for the rest of their life. How can you help your child cope with stress effectively? Parents act as a supplementary buffering system for stress as an infant's body really can't handle the stress on its own. Due to this, the presence of an infant's parent in a stressful situation significantly reduces the amount of stress hormones that are released to the infant's brain. Therefore, just being there physically throughout these situations is the first step in supporting your child through stress. When the parent is stressed or depressed, they're not able to act as a buffer for their infant. High levels of stress can affect the parent's behavior and attitude towards the infant after birth, which can lead to unhealthy child rearing practices, which further impact brain development for the child. There's even research that shows that sleeping babies' stress level goes up when there's shouting in the home, although a lot of parents don't believe that this affects children until age 1. So, while all parents experience stress to varying degrees, just remember that living with that stress and fear can negatively impact your child's development. Therefore, taking care of your own mental health is a great way to continue to help your child cope. As we discuss how to help your child cope effectively, I wanted to give you some key strategies that might help you in your journey. Number one, establishing a consistent routine. Regular feeding, sleeping, and playtime schedules provide a sense of security and predictability for the child. Number two is physical comfort and calming vocalizations. Holding your child close or cuddling them when you do sense they are stressed can really help them navigate through that. Also, using a soothing voice and talking softly to your child. Number three is observing their cues. Pay attention to signs of stress like crying, fussiness, and respond accordingly. Number four is limiting overstimulation. Avoid loud noises, bright lights, or crowded places that could potentially overstimulate your baby. Number five is introducing your child to grounding practices such as calm breathing, drawing or painting, spending some time outside, and more. And lastly, for those of you with toddlers, teaching them how to practice emotional regulation is such a huge step in helping your child cope with stress. For example, teaching breathing exercises when they are stressed, anxious, or angry, teaching coping strategies to help them learn how to deal with difficult emotions, drawing emotions, such as having them draw faces to show how they are feeling and discussing it with them. Also, teaching children to delay responses and not react immediately, and showing them an example of how to respond calmly. As I close out this talk, a few things to remember is to always validate your child's emotions. Even if they are young, acknowledging their feelings by saying things like, "It looks like you're feeling upset," or "I understand why you are upset," is a great way to really teach your child that their emotions are normal. And lastly, be patient. It takes time for babies to develop coping mechanisms and to really master emotional regulation. I hope that this video was able to provide you with some effective tips and tricks to how to help your child cope effectively.